All right, guys, it is the 15th of September, week 9 of our 12-week Cyber News Live internship. For those who made it on Saturday, massive shout out and thank you. I hope you really got some great information out of that and some guidance. As we enter this week, it's more of the same: eat, sleep, repeat, finding the news articles, posting on them, commenting on them, sharing them. And Ashley, I'm going to throw you under the bus here, but before we hand over to you for a quick rundown of what we discussed, one of the main things that we, did bring up was producing our own content and posting that. So it's going to be a lot of trial and error, a lot of fun. But the whole goal of talking about cyber news is to deliver and make our own content and get the information out there. And, we can do a quick recap of some of the news articles that we did today. Adrian, as you mentioned, there was a lot happening, which was pretty crazy. But look, let me start. I think I identified 8 articles, and I'll quickly run over them. So Google's fined $60 million over an Android location data collection. Anonymous poop gifting site hacked with customers exposed. Who brings up these business ideas? But hackers offers to sell data of 48.5 million users of Shanghai. So just for reference, that is double Australians' population. So to put that in perspective, that's every person in Australia having their personal data, available online. So China regulator says Alibaba, Tencent have submitted app algorithm details. A real interesting article, because I'd love to see how Facebook and LinkedIn and the other big techs use their algorithms to promote or censor some articles. I don't know how it would work in the Western countries, but really interesting to read. All right. The next one was the FEC greenlights Google's plan to loosen spam filters, overcoming democratic challenge. Wow, if they go along with this, it's going to be a really big gap in the security, where cyber criminals can expose that that gap they're about to open. And moving down, there's a couple more. So credential theft is still a top attack method. Yeah, and people really do use simple passwords, and they don't enable two-factor authentication. So a very timely article to get that out and push it. All right, 45 plus hacking statistics of 2022 social media, email, phishing, and mobile hacking. It really shows that the total cost of a breach is just increasing, and you can see that J curve go up every year, and that's year on year. And as more and more regulations come in for companies to report that they have been hacked or breached, you're going to see that number go up even higher. Okay, next article was Alicia Network. AUSD depegs by 99% as hacker issues over 1 billion tokens. Right, so everyone out there in the crypto land, it's really interesting. Read that article. A lot of good insights on it. Another crypto article. So hackers have drained 1.4 billion worth of crypto since the beginning of 2022. So that number is just astonishing. And but look, guys, I'll pause here. I've got this one thing. I've got, like, in the movie clip, you got clip. Let me grab it. It's pretty cool. But did anyone have any comments, or did you want to speak to that?
I think you're doing a great job. We do have a lot of articles for today, so it is a little lengthy, but I think so far so good. Even some of us could even talk about the articles as well. Maybe even the articles that we find. But yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, it's the old take one. I've had this seriously for like 5 years since I've moved to the States, and just had a bit of fun with my daughter creating, movies and YouTube videos with her. But who knows, it might come in hand. All right. Layla, thank you so much and welcome.
Hi, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, so with the video, I'm going to save it, try and cut it, and just put the raw footage where everyone can access it. So feel free to review it, play with the editing. I don't know how it's going to work. It's going to be a lot of that trial and error, as I previously mentioned. That could be the first cut of video. Who knows? Clothing, I do have to get the clothing out to the remainder of everyone. For those who didn't make it, I'll be doing that as soon as I get out of my apartment complex. All right. Ashley, for everyone, can you please give a quick overview of the topics that we discussed on Saturday?
Yeah, of course. Let me find this really quickly. Repping the CNO hat over here.
It looks really good.
Yeah, I like it. So basically some of the things we talked about, first off, I just want to say, it was great meeting everyone. I really appreciate everyone showing up. Adrian had a presentation. He sent it in the Slack. He did an awesome job of presenting it. And basically, just our marketing, our marketing goals and the marketing strategy and how we are going to reach that. Basically, he just had goals. So, like 10, I believe it was, sorry, let me pull up the sheet.
And Ashley, would you like to share your screen so people can see it?
See the PowerPoint?
Yeah, you can bring it up.
So I'm actually on my I'm on my phone, but I have my computer. So
I can get it.
perfect. But while Robert pulls that up, basically, Adrian created this PowerPoint where he had our goals, our current stats, including how much we've grown or not grown, right? And then a 90-day, I believe it was a 3-month, 6-month, and 9-month plan. So Adrian did an amazing job. We'll wait till Rob pulls it up. But he did create a 1-page. I'm not sure if you sent it. Adrian, did you send that in the Slack?
I did not. Basically, what in the 1-page is, it's the presentation. All the numbers that were on the 1-page, you can find in the presentation.
All
Perfect.
right. A little bit more difficult than it should have been.
Right. So as you can see, these are our goals. So, we have our LinkedIn, 5,000 followers, Facebook, 10,000 followers, Getter, 1,000, and Twitter, 2,000 followers. And if you can move on to the next slide. And then this is our current standing. So basically what Adrian did is gathered our current stats. And in the next slide, he has shown how much we've increased. So you can see in LinkedIn, it looks like from the 1-page he gave us, we've grown 56%. In Facebook, we have, decreased 30% just because we removed all the bots. But that's way better. That organic growth, as Rob says, so much better. For Getter, we've increased 11% and Twitter 10%. And then in the next couple of slides is just kind of a plan on what to do next, what to do within the next 3 months. If Rob, you want to go to the next slide. So yeah, so here's some game plan. So I don't know if Adrian, you would like to speak on this a little bit about increasing the engagement, personalizing your social media. We had an amazing discussion on, I'm not going to talk too much about the first bullet. I think Adrian should definitely take that over, but personalizing our social media. So the reason why we are recording today's meeting is because we want to be able to post, you know, maybe clips of our content, whether that's to LinkedIn, Facebook, any of our social medias, just so we can show, you know, the people following Cyber News Live, we are people, you know, this is who we are, this is what we're discussing, just creating that bond, that credibility, that trust with our community. And we, as soon as everyone gets their shirts, as you can see, a lot of us have the CNL merch. We want to start wearing the CNL merch during the meetings, whether it's the hat or one of the polos. So that way, when we are recording our meetings or taking pictures of us with, you know, maybe a guest speaker, we're able to have that CNL merch. Another thing Adrian touched on was TikToks. He brought up the great point that it is one of our major platforms out there right now, and it is one of the best ways to bring awareness, as Adrian says, to our page. So we talked about that, and it was really great because everyone had their ideas. And basically, we came to the conclusion that we should really start posting on TikTok as soon as possible, just to create, you know, a bigger following. And then we are going to have to discuss kind of a guide. So that way, you know, I'm not filming, you know, in a mirror selfie in my bathroom, you know, so we all have more of a uniform white background or whatever background look, so it can look great. Another thing is finalize the website. I know Vishal has been working on that. And then I know that you guys were just able to get in contact with the website developer. And I know on Rob's one-on-one meeting today, he was telling me that you guys are working on that. So hopefully we should have that done soon. Vishal, I don't know if you would like to share anything about that.
Yeah, so first off, a huge shout out to the website developer. Without him, we wouldn't be able to get the website done and the way how we want it to be. So the website developer had said that he is currently in the stage of working on the website. He has just now implemented the shop section, which is not published publicly yet, but we can internally see that. So he is still in developing the website, which would take about 6 to 7 days. And from there, I will let him know or keep him updated.
Perfect. And then I see, did someone raise their hand? Oh, it looks like Adrian. I'll let you go ahead. This is your PowerPoint, so go ahead.
I just wanted to thank Vishal for working side by side with the web developer to get that going. Another thing I wanted to talk with you guys is, are we gonna do like a launch date for our website? Are we gonna post on all of our social medias? Hey, August 18th, our new website launches. Is that something that we wanted to do?
I think it's a great idea.
I agree. I would say let's just wait until I hear back from him, just to make sure we're in the green for doing that, basically.
As well as, I think that's a great idea, a way to bring way more traffic, especially as our following is increasing. Great idea. And so a couple of things I do want to touch on. Well, you can continue with the PowerPoint. We did talk about the podcast as well. And we're still kind of in the works with that, I believe. People had different ideas on how long it should be, if it should just be a recap. But I definitely think we'll continue with that. Adrian, like I said, I know this is your PowerPoint. Do you want to talk a little bit about the plan you developed for the next couple of months?
Yeah, sure, of course. Let's see.
We're going to hustle. Promote.
The PowerPoint is not up.
Oh,
All right. Do you mind going back one page? I just want to touch on a couple of different things. I do want to say that, everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. That could be visual with, website, cyber, technical, actually with the admin stuff. And not everybody has the strength to maybe comment or share or tag somebody. We were talking about in the in-person meeting how we could structure that. One, so it can be more natural for everybody. So that something that we came up with is maybe summarizing the article in like a certain channel. That way it's easier for you guys to comment, right? And all the posts that I posted today, I maybe 80% of them asked a question that you can answer in the comment section, right? So that's just a couple different ways that, like if you look at our competitors, you see that they don't have a community behind them, versus us. We're starting from the ground up. We don't have investors. We don't have our final website. We don't have like a funding to fully be a production company. So we're starting from the ground up. So if we as interns and as Cyber News Live can show the community new faces, new people that come to the page, that Cyber News Live is a community that is growing, right? Because every day we're growing, right? And our main growth is on LinkedIn. So we do have to work towards being more consistent with commenting, with liking, with sharing. So we did want to touch on how we can make that easier for everybody, right? As far as the podcast would just be like something like this, right? So just a recap of the major news articles that happened that day. Like today, Google, right, was fined 60 million, right? Everybody wants to know that, and so that's what I meant by the podcast. That way we can and we can use the recap to post it on TikTok as well. And I believe we were talking about different formatting for different social medias. So yeah.
amazing, guys. Ashley, I see.
Just to touch just to touch on that, so like Adrian said, we did talk a lot about accountability. And then something what we're going to start doing is, Adrian made the accountability charts. What we're going to start doing is we're going to do it the day after. So for example, for Monday's accountability chart, we are going to recap it tomorrow. And the reason is, me, for example, I don't get home until 6:30. So sometimes I'm like rushing to get these articles out after work. And, instead of feeling rushed, I can get that in, repost, share everything once, after the meeting when I'm a little, settled and things like that. And as Adrian said, the commenting, I guess I know it can be a little hard, right? Sometimes we're just, I mean, I know me personally, just, very generic comments. So maybe what we're going to start doing is something a little bit like, an example was, a certain company had a data breach, but they informed their thing. So I'm like, hey guys, a couple of things you can comment on is how, how T-Mobile should take notes, right? They didn't tell their customers how this isn't the first time this company has done that. So, as the person sharing the articles who's read it, I can kind of tell you guys, hey, these are some things you may want to comment on. Of course, just giving you guys directions. If you want to comment on something completely different, it's all up to you. The creativity is up to you guys, but just making it a little easier, if that makes sense. Adrian, back to you.
Just a little comment. The whole point of the accountability checklist, just like Ashley said, is to reinforce that you do it. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you do it 5 minutes before the meeting, as long as you are doing it, or 5 minutes after the meeting, or at 10 o'clock at night, or at 12 o'clock at night for the next day. I definitely want to stress that the accountability checklist isn't to get anybody in trouble. It's just we want you to just be consistent in that area, right? We don't want to punish you. We want to call you out. So you just do it whenever you can. No, I'm sure nobody's gonna judge you for doing it 5 minutes before the meeting, because that's what I do, right? Like 30 minutes before the meeting, I'm commenting, I'm looking up an article, I'm liking, I'm sharing. So I think as long as you do it, it should be fine. And then we're in week 9. There's a tab at the bottom. If you want to click on week 9, I updated the date on there.
Yeah, and I think you guys are really touching on it, but we want to work to each other's strengths. So actually, it's not so much of a big deal if you're not getting to the comments, because I know you're doing a lot of the administration. Diksha, same with you. If you're building that the CNL app, let's focus on that as your major project, and same with the website, but come in with the comments. And Adrian, your comments today were great because they were leading, they were, getting people engaged. So, I'm happy with that. I'd love you on more social media sites, so it's more of a copy and paste. But I felt it was very hydraulic. So I think another one of the tasks that we had was looking at how can we automate the posting and engagement, not on just one social media site, but all of them, to be a little bit more inclusive and a lot less hydraulic. Right. Diksha, did you have an update on the app?
Yep. Like I have shared the document and I have estimated the efforts also. As we discussed earlier, if we will finalize any app builder, then within 2 weeks, I'll try to complete the app. But firstly, we need to finalize the app builder for that. So that I would be able to like download the app. I would be able to test it on my mobile phone so that it would be easier for all of us.
And obviously, when you are building the app, security is in mind, isn't it? It's built with security as the number one priority.
These app builder, those I have mentioned inside the document are good, and I have attached the link for comparison also, so that we can compare all of them according to our yearly subscription, and we can decide accordingly. So I think it would be better if we can finalize one app builder as soon as possible, so that I would be able to pick that particular one and start my working from there.
Yeah. I think it's like, okay, let's choose this one. I'm not really familiar with the app builders, but something that's going to be compatible on both Android and Apple.
Yeah.
But no, that's really cool. Thank you for that update. All right. Do we want to have a quick look at our core values, vision, and mission statement?
I was wondering if I could finish just recapping the in-person meeting really quickly. No, that's okay. I know we kind of dragged on. Just really quickly, I know it's 7:30. We are gonna try to look, or anyone else can help out as well, but I'm gonna look into drop shipping for the CNL t-shirts. We want to be able to, get that out to anyone who could possibly want them, maybe even looking at other products such as mugs, without being hands in. So I'm going to look into that. We also want to look into using LinkedIn products, and, adopting that drop shipping through there. So learning how to do that, because they do have a section where you can add your products. Obviously, we're going to start recording our meetings. And like Rob said, just automating everything across the board, so we're not, missing any posts anywhere. And then it looks like we touched a little bit on everything. We did touch on what does success look like for CNL. But I know it is 7:30 and it looks like Vishal, you have your hand up. That's just a very brief overview of what we went through.
Yeah, and here's a couple of the mug suggestions, something like that. So we could have the branded shirts, the caps, and coffee mugs. Having something like that on the website would be great. As a revenue
awesome.
model, I don't think you're going to be making money off it, but I don't want to be carrying the merchandise. I think I keep on referring it to as drop shipping, but it might be called something else. Drop shipping.
It's drop shipping, yeah.
Yeah, just finding out who does it and who does it well. But I think that coffee cup looks amazing. I really do like that. Guys, before we do drop, I do want to look at, every meeting, one of the major things I do go over, and that is our core values, vision statement, and mission statement. So our core values are awareness, credibility, education, integrity, and trust.
Did you want to do the edit thing? That way we can maybe post this, our mission, core values, and vision statement as a single post.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to be able to cut it up and slice and dice it, and we can do something maybe away from our daily meeting and just have one session where we're, cutting it. And everyone will have access to this, so we'll try and put something together. But so the vision is to be the largest cyber news production company in the world by delivering relevant information that is easy to consume, digest, and if necessary, take action upon. The mission is to fill the cyber news gap by bringing relevant cyber news to everyone's news feed. It should be presented and tailored to your demographics where anyone of all ages can consume, digest, and take action upon while understanding why cyber news is relevant to them. And, I think a couple more cuts and pastes and everyone else maybe having a go as well, and we might be able to incorporate it into one. But with the video ideas, now that we have shirts, we've got cameras, we're going to start rolling with it a lot more. Put your video ideas in here, and we might create a priority list of what things we should be working on first compared to the others. Yeah, Adrian.
I think Vishal had his hand up first.
Oh, okay, Visual.
Yeah. So I was thinking, so with the mobile app, is there a way on the website we can promote our app? So like, hey, go download the app here type of thing, and then have a Google Play Store like icon where they could just click it and go there. Apple, Apple Store, click it, go there. Download.
Yeah, let's get that incorporated on the website. Definitely.
I told
So
you that.
definitely, yeah, work with Junaid on that, because that's a really good, observation.
Yeah, but I feel that would be possible once we publish our app to the Play Store.
Cool. And Adrian.
Yes, I just had a quick question. Are you planning on making a post with all of us? I definitely think that should be on LinkedIn. Just a little recap. Hey, we all met together to continue discussing.
Yeah. I was going to post that on Saturday, except for I had to run out. But yeah, I'd love to post just this photo. Is this the one that you mean?
I mean, they all look really great. You can really tell like we're all having a great time. It's really, really good.
Yep. The fun one and the pizza one. I think everyone's in that. So yeah, I'll choose a couple and put it out. And apologies for everyone that couldn't make it. We did have fun. It was a great time. Back on that. So with our guest speakers and our end of intern wrap, you may have seen the updated meeting invite come out. So that is going to happen on the 18th of September. So just please make note of that. And I'll try and fill in on the week of the 5th of September with a guest speaker.
Awesome.
Right,
Awesome.
Look, I'm going to stop sharing and I'll bring this over. And yeah, all right, guys, this is going to be a lot of fun. As I said, I don't know how to cut, paste, credit, put music over it. But we'll see how we go with the first video. I'll try and do the quick brief of what news articles we reported on and see what that looks like with the intro and outro and the timing of it. If it's less than a minute, we might be able to cross post it on, you know, Instagram to TikTok and basically hit every platform. But guys, Adrian, is your hand still up?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
You're right. You're right. Well, guys, again, thank you so much. Everyone's grown so much, and you know, progress. It's pretty crazy. So very humbled to see where we're going in the right direction as well. All right. Well, I will stop recording and